Yeah, I will tell.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
He's a good guy.
Okay, come forward like 20.
Are you going to be able to move around?
You're part whether you want to be or not, bud. I told you guys should get some extra.
Okay, can you hear me? Is this okay?
What?
What?
That's better.
So this is a pretty glorious day for Monte Vista, and I want to thank all of you for coming out. My name's Gigi Dennis, and I'm the city manager for Monte Vista. I want to first thank the following city council members who have been so helpful and supportive throughout this whole process. Mayor Dale Becker, who you'll hear from later. Our Mayor Pro Tem, Victor Segala. Councilman Lauren Howard. And Councilman Brad Watson. Work duties kept Councilman Lorenz away. So he's gone. But I also want to thank the county commissioners, Chairman Ratzliff, Commissioners Deacon and Glover for their support as we work through this process. And I want to especially thank my staff. They've been incredibly helpful throughout this whole process. And I have to give a shout out to DJ, because DJ would watch some of the emails and make sure that they got answered and responded to, so Brymark could continue on with what they needed to get accomplished. And I want to thank the business community, the individual supporters, my husband, who watched the blood, sweat, and smiles over this whole project. And then, of course, the investors who wholeheartedly have come together to say we believe in Monte Vista. I was hired in November of 2021, just in time to set the ribbon cutting planned for the Alcott event conference at San Luis Valley Sky High Complex. People were excited. It's going to bring new opportunities. Investors of all ages from throughout the San Luis Valley and the state gave anywhere from $5 to $2 million to build this beautiful facility behind us. Staff was hired and we were open for business. Parties, wedding receptions, business meetings, trainings, retirement celebrations, and of course Stampede, rodeos, Southern Rocky Mountain Ag Conference, Crane Festival, San Luis Valley 4-H Fair, the Holiday Bazaar. They have all filled this building. Sarah Stover, with the Executive Director for the San Luis Valley Development Resources Group, asked me, Gigi, what do you want from Monte Vista? And I said, I need a hotel. I want a hotel. We need to anchor this event center to a hotel where people can walk across the parking lot and they cannot travel elsewhere. They're going to be here. So Sarah introduced me to Tim Sheffick with Brymark Company, who you'll meet later. But Tim called me then from Wisconsin. He said, Gigi, my name's Tim. I want to come to Monte Vista and I want to meet you. And I want to build a hotel. Cobblestone Hotel Suites is a franchised hotel. We are a growing company who works with your local community. Cobblestone works with investors within your community. Cobblestone works with your local bankers. Cobblestone wants to keep their money, the investors' money, the bankers' money in Monte Vista, and not with outside investors who will likely never come to Monte Vista. My blood raced, my heart pounded, and I knew we could do this. As a community, we would do this. Thus, these beautiful faces, many of you know, are your local neighbors. They saw the vision. We have local investors who shop our stores and whose children and grandchildren go to school in Monte Vista and Alamosa. We have local investors who have made Monte Vista or Alamosa their home. What a concept. Go to the investors who believe in Monte Vista and who want Monte Vista to thrive. So thank you for making this happen today. And if you guys don't mind, I'll rattle off your names. These beautiful faces. And not all of them could be here today. But we have Marshall Mathias. We have Rick and Cheryl Santee. We have Gail, and behind her, in a secret pocket, Bob Matudi. We have Ryan Alcon. We have Jane Alcon McFadden. We have Sue Rogers. We have Jane Martin. We have Dr. David and Cindy Silva. And we have Aaron Hatton with us here today. Thank you. So our next speaker, you'll hear from for a couple of comments, is our mayor, Gail Becker.
Hello, testing. Can you hear me now? Can you yell? So, Gigi asked me if I'd say a few words, and I told her I'm a man of few words, but there'll be a few more today. Okay. I want to thank this group right here and everybody that's been supporting them. But this group, as Gigi said, they believe in Monte Vista, and that's what it all came down to. It's having these people believe in it, and this group out here that I'm looking at, having you believe in it. All the support through the city and the council members as well. So I can't tell you guys thank you enough because of all the stuff that I've seen. We'll just leave it at that. But all the support from this community and this valley, Alamosa, Monte Vista, we kind of all like family. We fight a little bit, but when the going gets tough, we all pull it together. And I will say that for Brian Cook from Alcon, because of what we did over here across the way, you see the Sky High Park complex, because Brian was a huge instrumental player in that as well. So thank you all. I appreciate you, Gigi, for all your hard work and the whole city staff, because it's brought it all together. And we see what we can do when we become a community of believers and a community with a lot of faith. We have a lot of opportunities that we have to work on. That's what Gigi and I refer to as challenges. They're opportunities. So that's why we started looking at everything, and it all comes together better that way. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for what you're doing. And that's all I got to say for you guys.
I'd like to introduce Tim Shevchik. He's the Vice President of Development with Rymark Builders. And Tim and I've worked closely on this for the last year and a half. And I don't know what he's going to do without Gigi in his life. Tim?
Thank you, Gigi, and thank you, Monte Vista, Colorado. Gigi stole a lot of what I was going to say here, so that should make it simple for me, but I want to just go back a little bit in time. In 2013, for the very first time, I came to Monte Vista. I met with the city at that time, met with a few different bankers, talked to a few different people. But what the community lacked at that time was not the need. and it certainly didn't lack the investors at that time, but it lacked the driver. He didn't have Gigi. And so fast forward in time to Gigi's time here, and when we started talking, we figured out how we can get this thing pulled together. And like every project, we run into obstacles from time to time, a little bit of a roadblock, and there was questions that would come up. We'd get our heads together, and with the investors, with Gigi and the city and her staff, with the bank, we figured out all those things, and we got past them. Anytime there was a question for the city, DJ was great to work with, Gigi. It was always, yes, we can make that happen. And they really got behind the project, just as all the local investors. And without them, none of this happens. So congratulations to Monte Vista. We're excited to be here. I'm extremely excited to have our first Cobblestone Main Street in Colorado. It is the first of 10, this will be the 10th project here in the state, but the first Main Street. So we're really excited about that. The Main Street is Cobblestone's high-end boutique-style hotel. And when I looked at the community, we wanted to have visibility from the highway, 4 stories. We wanted to have a very open and inviting patio right out there to have people come and enjoy. And like Gigi talked about, walking back and forth from the event center to the hotel, having an open walking campus was an important thing in a safe place, on the same side of the street, in the adjoining parking lot. And then really with the Main Street, one of the big things that I'm really excited about is this community is rich with history. And we will focus on that inside the hotel. So the artwork inside the hotel will be historic photographs from the community. Because people are coming here to Monte Vista because they love the rich history. And we want to have the hotel be an integral part of the community. And so that is our Main Street. It was the best fit, the only fit to be right here. There will be, there will be a mix of different rooms. Your typical queen rooms with 2 queen beds. Your king rooms. There will be studio suites that will sleep up to 6 guests in one room for those families that come and hopefully can share one room instead of having to get 2. And then the 2-room extended stay suites for people that are going to be here for maybe an extended period of time, or those that just really want to spread out a little bit. You have a full kitchen, a table to eat at, your living room area, and a private bedroom just like at home. So those 2-room suites are really a nice premium and a really good mix of rooms for the community. There will be an indoor pool and a bar lounge, and the patio is right off the bar lounge. And so what it does is it creates a really comfortable, relaxing atmosphere for the guests that are staying. And if there's community members that want to get together for a social drink in the evening, before they head, after work and they head home, it's a real comfortable atmosphere, good for conversation, quiet conversation, and just enjoying company. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. I'd next like to introduce Scott Campbell. He's the Chief Lending Officer for RG Bank. Scott?
Like you said, my name is Scott Campbell. So just want to, we as RG Bank just want to give thanks for being part of this project. And we're so excited for this project. What a beautiful buildings can be here in Monte Vista. We'd also like to thank Tim and the Cobblestone team and all the hard work and patience and giving us the documentation that we needed, and also Gigi and the city of Monte Vista for all the hard work and all the time and countless hours that they put into this project. And most of all, we'd like to thank the investors for the time and all the investment that's gone into this project. For people like this, it's tough in these projects, and it's for these kind of people that make this these communities successful and these projects successful. So thank you guys very, very much. We surely do appreciate it. So thank you.
Cheryl
Cheryl Santee.
I'm not really good at speeches, but I have to say, Monte Vista has been my hometown for 50 years. For most of you, it's been your hometown for a long time, or at least in the valley. And I think this is such a great opportunity. And for all of us that have lived here for so long, we see an opportunity for the whole community to have jobs, to get their kids back into our town, to make the businesses that are here thrive. I might be single-minded, but I don't see any downside to this. I don't see anything but community involvement, the great company that is willing to do this with Cobblestone, the great people from Monte Vista. Gigi just has a way of pulling us in and not letting us go till we see. But I am so honored to be part of that.
Welcome to my world, Cheryl.
Say more?
Nothing.
Nothing. I just love Monte Vista. I think you guys do too. And I know they do because they're putting a lot of hard-earned money into it. So we'll have to work together to make everybody in the valley say, oh my God, what the hell is Monte Vista doing? They just passed us all up. That's what we're going to do. And what comes next, I guess we'll see that. But thank you so much.
And Brian Cook, and I apologize, this is Brian Nelson. Brian Cook.
All right. So just a few words on behalf of the local investors. I guess most of us are local, and we're just really proud to be able to invest in this community. And like Dale said, Alamos and Monte Vista, but we work in the whole valley, but we're here a lot, and we see this as part of our community as well. And several of our investors are from Monte Vista, and so we're excited to be part of this project and partners with a lot of local people, and really trying to do our part to help improve the community and bring more business here. Also to support Sky High events. I can't say thanks enough to Gigi and the Dale and the city of Monte Vista. DJ, I know you did a lot of work on this project, but really getting behind this project, helping us get through all the obstacles and be able to be here today and get it started. So really appreciate that. We're excited to be able to support not only the Sky High events, but other events as well in the future with baseball fields. And Gigi has a huge vision, and so just to be a part of that, we're grateful. As visitors come in, all the stories of all the visitors, a lot of them going back to Alamosa to the hotels there. So we're excited. Hopefully we can keep those guys here, several of them, and spending money in Monte Vista and keeping some of those dollars here for this community as well. Local jobs, we're going to create some more jobs, obviously during construction, and then for the long term with the hotel and keeping it running, as well as tax revenue for the city, and a really nice hotel for guests and travelers, families when they come in to visit. Just an option to have for Monte Vista. So we're excited for that. I want to thank Tim for really putting this thing together, keeping us on track with the paper, and RG Bank, Sean and Scott. There's a lot of stuff that has happened already. I know there's a lot to go on, but it's been a long haul. Several of these guys have been involved for already like 2 years or more, putting this thing together. So that's been a lot of work, a lot of communication, a lot of decisions made, and so we're just happy to be a part of it. I want to thank all you guys again, and we're looking forward to it, excited for it. Thank you guys.
Now I'd like to introduce you to one of the co-owners of Cobblestone Hotels, Drymark Builders, and SHG Management, Mr. Jeremy Griswold.
Take this out to make sure you can all hear me. They always make me last, so after you guys are asleep by the end of it, so I don't really have to worry about what I say. But thank you very much for having us here in Monte Vista, Colorado. what a beautiful day. Weather-wise, you can't beat this. 75 and sunny-ish. We'll take that all day long and all year long. And then from a groundbreaking for a new project in your community that we're all very excited about. As Tim had mentioned, Cobblestone number 10 in the great state of Colorado. We're now at 164 hotels open or under construction in 27 states. So on behalf of my partner Kim Organese and myself, we want to thank you all very much. As everybody's mentioned, but I also have to share in the thanks. Thank you guys from the investor team. Without you guys, this does not happen. And we totally understand that and appreciate your confidence in not only Monte Vista, but also Cobblestone Hotel. So thank you, everybody from the city, Gigi, Mayor, and your whole team. You guys are stuck with us now, so it's almost like a marriage. We're going to figure out how to work together one way or the other. So the good news is we're all easier to work with. It should get easier. We follow direction better. So, right, Tim? Yes. So we've always done this thing at our groundbreakings. Quick show of hands. Who here in the audience has stayed at a Cobblestone hotel? It's getting there. It's not enough, but I'd say it's probably about 15-20%, which is really cool. We were founded in 2008, so this is year 17 of business. And as we've watched the brand grow, it's exciting because we used to go and ask that question, and maybe one or two of our employees would raise their hand, and the rest would just kind of look at you. So it is exciting to see that grow as we go. And as the Gigi had mentioned, we are turnkey. So you're dealing with Brymark Builders, which is a company of ours. You're dealing with Cobblestone Hotels, which is a company Kim and I own, and then also Slade Hospitality Group on the management and operations side once it's open. So we're very excited to be part of it with you guys and see it through. As Tim had mentioned, this is the first Cobblestone Main Street project in Colorado, which is very exciting, from the local historical artwork in the guest rooms and throughout the hotel to tie the history of the community into it, to keep it local. I think that'll work very well. The outside patio with the lounge will be a great addition for the community, and also be a great amenity for the hotel and the event center. So we're very excited to be here. As Tim or someone normally mentions, I try not to speak too long, and I try to get along with everybody, because if anyone upsets me too much at these groundbreaking ceremonies, I talk a lot longer at the grand openings, and I'm normally standing between free food and drinks at the grand opening. So, suddenly I'm an important person come then. So I get a little authority for a day. But we do appreciate everything everybody has done. RG Bank, thank you also very much. Appreciate you guys, and it doesn't happen without you. So with that, we'd like to move on to the shovel ceremony, and then after that, Tim will have another thank you. So can we start with the investors in the city on the shovels, Tim?
So how we do this is we make sure we look at the people with the cameras, and then what I'll do is I'll count to three, and when I count to three, Kim and Steph from our team are all dressed up over there in the blue dress and the black pantsuit. If anybody can hit them with dirt, they get a bonus. If everyone wants to grab a scoop, and on the count of three, we'll throw it. Yeah, exactly.
Not too far.
All right. Everybody ready on the camera side? 1, 2, 3. One last thing for Tim here. Just like to give this commemorative shovel to the local investor group as just a remembrance of this day, this great day, breaking ground here. Cheryl. No gardening with that. Thank you all very much. We appreciate that.
Thank you all for coming out today.